it's Manda, and I'm coming to you with a very bittersweet video. We are going to be doing the very last Sailor Ink Studio Swatch Fest, at least until they decide to come out with new colors. I mean, if they ever decide to do that. Yeah, we have the purples, so I'm really excited about it because it's the purples, but I'm really kind of bummed about it because it's going to be the last one, at least for a while. I've got plenty of stuff to keep me busy, but as far as the Sailor Ink Studios go, this is going to be the last one. So, what I did not do is pick out the cards that I have done beforehand in these color families. So let me do that. I'll be back in one moment. Okay, as I'm sure you're aware, we're doing the purples, so I actually have quite a few of the purples already. So we're going to go, I'm going to go through the ones that I already have swatched that we won't be swatching on camera, and then I'll go through what we have left. So, we have Sailor Ink Studio, oh, okay, Patches. We have Sailor Ink Studio 150, which is, okay, I know, are you excited about the purple ink too? It's like a dual shady purple blurple color. Okay. We have 450. I have 650. And I have 750. And that's what I have of the 50s. I think for swatches we're going to be doing, let's see. I thought I was going to be swatching 750, but then I found a card. So I'm not going to be swatching 750. I have 950, 350, and I think that is it for the 50s. That is it for the 50s because these are not, these are different colors. So we're going to be swatching Sailor 350 and Sailor 950 as part of the 50 series. And then for the 35 series, we have 435, 735, and 935, which are these kind of like magenta purples. They're not really like purple, they're more magenta to me. So in this series we have 335, 135, and 235. So basically the front half of this series is what we'll be swatching. And then we have 52 and 53, and I have 653 and 752. So we'll be swatching 452 and 453, and those are it for that particular series. Let me just consult my little chart to make sure that that's right. So 452, 752, 453, 653. Okay, cool. Awesome sauce. 935. Did I pull that card? Yes, I did. Okay, so that's what we've got to go. And then we are done. So that is 2, 4, 7 inks. I thought I had 8, but I have an extra vial of 750, I guess, because yeah, I must have gotten it because I wasn't sure if I had it or not. Better safe than sorry. Plus it's a purple ink, so it's not like I won't use it. So yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get started on these. As always, these samples have been purchased from Yoseika Stationery. This is the little jar that they actually come in. I transfer them to my own vials because it's easier to get the paintbrush in. It's easier to fill pens from them. I use the coloring ink testing book. These are the swatch cards that I use. I have various paintbrushes from the craft store. I have my Moonman mini glass dip pen. Actually, this is the Moonman N6. You can find this on eBay, Amazon, Etsy. Jet Pens now sells this particular model. And then I dropped it again. My little kitty cat vial holder, which is a sample, a vial holder from pen friend Cassandra. I also have, because I have 7 inks here, that's what I hold, that's what I hold the individual ink that I'm sampling in. And because I have 7 inks to swatch, I'll be using my sample vial holder here that I have from, it's a design from Slickery Don't. I bought mine from Pen Realm, And yeah, it's perfect. It was made with the ink flight in mind, so it holds 7 vials and a pen. And yeah, so that's what I'll be using to hold the rest of the vials. I've been blessed with the vial holders. A, because I have so many vials to hold, and B, because you are all generous and kind and beautiful. And I'm really sorry about the shadow. It's like around 11:30 noon in the morning when I'm doing this. I was given some unexpected alone time on a weekend, so I'm taking advantage to film this last video. So yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I may have to switch out this piece of paper or flip it over or turn it to the bottom page, but I just really wanted to use white paper today because I don't know why, just because I felt like it. So anyway. Okay, so we're going to start with 452 because that's what I have here. It actually was 453, but I don't want to go out of numerical order, at least as far as this is concerned. So yeah, we're going to kind of be all over the place. So here is the example. I'm going to wipe off my pen here. This is 452. I enjoy, I mean, nobody's surprised probably, the inks that we're going to be swatching today. The ones that I already have are some of my favorites. Most of them I have bottles of. I would say about half of the ones that I've already swatched, I actually have bottles of ink. Because I love them so much. And some of them I have 2 bottles of ink. Because I wanted a backup. Because I was giving samples out, but also because I use the ink a lot. Okay, I need to move this to a different spot. Okay, that's better. Alright, so we're going to start with 452. Kind of a gray purple. Ew, this is pretty. That's lovely. Oh, one thing that I do need to do. I'm also swatching it off camera. I'll show it at the end, but I'm swatching it off camera on the Cosmo Air Light paper and the Tomoe River paper. Need some fresh ink for that. Is it not grabbing? Grab some ink. That's better. Meow. Okay. Gonna have to be sparing with. I love that color. So I'm not gonna really be doing comparisons to other inks today. I kind of want to take a poll and see what inks you, like what numbers you're curious about. If you have questions about what some of these compare to, because I don't want to go through all 103 inks and compare them to every single other ink that I may have in my collection. That would be, I mean, I guess it would be another video series, but I'm not interested in doing that. So I wanted to take some of the favorites. I love that. This reminds me a little bit of tungsten purple, kind of, sort of. Or maybe like a really dark version of Vivaldi, maybe. Yeah, very, very nice. I like that. I am a big, huge fan of that one. Okay, so next up we have Sailor Ink Studio 453, which is another purple. Yeah, so I kind of wanted to see like if there's any inks in the series. I mean, I don't expect anybody to go watch all the videos, but I know that everybody has Ink Studio favorites or Ink Studio inks that they're curious about. So if you have some in mind that you're curious about and want to see what it compares to certain things, or if you just want to see it compared, like if you have something in mind that I may have, I'm happy to do some comparisons. Studio. This is 453. But yeah, I didn't want to take time to do like all 103 inks and compare them to like 300 other inks. I just, nah, that doesn't sound fun to me. But if there's inks that you want me to revisit and compare to other things, I'm gonna have to go back and look at the video comments, because I know that people have suggested things. But if there's something off the top of your head that as far as these studio inks go, that's pretty too, please let me know in the comments, and I'll like compile a list, and then we'll do, I don't know, either the most favorites, or it'll depend on how many responses we get, obviously. Like, I'll either do every request, or if there's some that have, like, get multiple votes or whatever, or multiple mentions, I suppose. Because I don't want to sit here and record. Like, I do these because they're fun, but I don't want to take that much time if nobody's gonna watch it. I'd rather like revisit the inks that you want to see, not just all of them just to do it. There's other reviewers that have done things like that, and that you can also check out. So yeah, so anyway, that's just what I'm thinking. Oh, I forgot to write the name down. What's going on out there, buddy? Are there birds? Did the birds come to say hi to you, Mr. B? Oh, hi. You have visitors? You've been sleeping so long, you just wanted to say hi? You want to talk? You just want to talk to all the pen people? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mr. P. Thank you. I'm sure the pen people are lovely to hear from. They're excited to hear from you. So just off the bat, you can see that this is a little more purple, and this is a little more like dusty. I like it. I like it. Okay, so we're going to skip on over to the 35s now. We've done 52 and 53. So we're going to go ahead and do the 35s now, because that's what I have sitting here. So we have 135. These are a little more magenta. I wouldn't necessarily call them, I mean, I guess they're kind of purple, but also not really. Sailor Ink Studio 135. That's really pretty. Kind of. I wonder, these 35s I bet would go good in that Twisby lilac. I may have to try that, my next fill of that pen. Pretty. I like these all together. I'm so glad that I saved these for the end. If you like purple like I do, you're probably sad that I waited, but I'm really, this is a good way to end the series. Next up we have 235, which I'm excited to see what this looks like, because I love 237 so much. These 35s and 37s just remind me so much of like florally, potpourri stuff. Like, I feel like they should be scented, even though I hate scented inks. seems kind of dry. It's very pretty. I think I like 237 better. I mean, we'll see what it looks like when it dries. Usually I don't like the lighter version. I think 237 is a little lighter. Okay. Next up we have a 335. I like this one so far already. Oh yeah, of the three that I've just swatched, I prefer this one. I like the dustiness of it. I think I have a cat fur on my hair, on my paintbrush. I did. That is Miss Pearl, it looks like. That is Patches. Hi, Mr. B. What you doing? What you doing? Did you have a good nap? Did you have a good nap? You were sleeping out here all by yourself for a long time, buddy. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Usually Patches sleeps in my room, but last night he decided to sleep out here in a cat tree. Ooh, look at that. Some green. I wonder what that's from. If that's like carryover. Oh, that might be bleed through from the paper I used the other day. Whatever. It's pretty. Okay, last but not least, we have 350 and 950. So we have two more to go. I'm going to flip-flop this around so we have a little bit of a cleaner spot to work with. Even though there's only 2 inks left, I just, since it's bleeding through a little bit, thought that would be nice. Okay, again, Yoseka stationery. Ooh. Ooh. That's pretty. Like, is anybody surprised that I like a dusty grayish purple? Probably not. What? Are you surprised, buddy? Thanks, Mr. P. Thank you. Thank you for the headbutts. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Mr. P. Help me, Mr. P. This one's probably like Sydney Lavender-ish. Maybe not as much of the dual shading and stuff, but very pretty. And last but most certainly not least, we have Sailor 950. Ooh, this one has a cool bubble in the cap. Boop. So I know that I feel like I talk about games every single time I do a video, but that's like literally all I've been doing is playing video games. And I started playing Elder Scrolls Online the other day because one of my favorite streamers is doing it, and I was like, oh, that looked kind of fun. But like, holy cow, it's a lot of work. And it's very much a giant time suck. Like, I start playing and like hours go by and I don't even know like what's happened to me. And like yesterday, so I've only been playing it like a couple of days. Like, if that. Like, it hasn't been very long. I think I'm like level 15 and like probably like 5 of those levels came yesterday. Anyway, so I need to swatch it. So my character, I'm only doing one character, although you can do multiple characters, but I'm like, I'm just gonna see how this goes. I don't want to grind on like 80 characters or like 2 or anything other than the one that I'm doing right now, because I don't know if I'm gonna keep up with it. Ooh, yeah. That's really pretty. Nobody's surprised I like this one. It's kind of dry though. It seems like it's really dry. I'm just making a big old swatch of that because I have the room. Yeah. So I've been doing that, but it's just a lot of work. Like the quest, it's like, oh, go find so-and-so, and then you go find so-and-so, and so-and-so wants you to do a quest. And then you do the quest for so-and-so, and then there's like a more quest on top of it. I'm like, I feel like I'm just checking off to-do lists, and it's like, it's kind of exhausting. So yeah, so I don't know if that game is for me, but yeah, I'm going to play it for a little while, and then when I get bored of it, which will probably be soon, be done with it. But anyway, if you want to friend me, if you play that game, let me know. We can be friends. I'm level enough that I can do dungeons and stuff now, so if that's a thing that you want. I'm a sorcerer. Ooh, okay, hold on, we have to see this. It matches this portion of my dip pen. This part does look kind of bluish. I'm saying, it looks like another one of the ones. Okay, so I'm gonna this one still needs to dry. So I'm gonna let these dry for a little bit, and then I'll come back and we'll see where, we'll compare them all together and then see where they belong in the lineup. And then, yeah, and then we'll finish up. So, cool. I will see you all very soon. Hi, everybody. We are back. Okay, so I wanted to take a look at the inks in their sets, and then we'll go ahead and throw them on the ring and see where they go. So we started with 452. And in that set, we also have 752. I feel like these purples are different. This is obviously definitely a lot darker. I love 752. I got 752 because it seemed like it was a close match to Ink of Witch, and now I have a bottle of Ink of Witch, so I don't need to have like a dupe of it, but I have it anyway and I love it. So yeah, I can't wait to get that one in a pen. I probably don't need a bottle of it because I have like 87 other grayish purples that are like the same, but yeah, I'm tempted. Okay, so then we have a 653, which looks nothing at all like 453. Like, I don't know. it's possible that label is really hard to read, so it's possible that I don't even have, I mean, it says 453. The ink looks like that, so I don't know. These look nothing alike. Unless this sample might be wrong. I'm not sure. I've had it a really long time. I don't know. So that's what those look like. Where's the chart? Let's see how they look on the chart. Not that the chart is necessarily completely indicative of how that. Well, no, that's right. Because that's like kind of a blue or purple, and that's like a wine sort of color. Okay. I stand corrected. Okay, we'll do the 35s next. So we have 135. 235, 335, we have 435, 735, and 935. I feel like this is a nice cohesive set, and I kind of want to zoom out so you can see it all together like really nicely. Ignore my messy table. 2, 3, 4, This is probably one of the most cohesive sets. Like, they all kind of generally seem the same. This one might be a little bit grayer, but it seems like they all kind of follow a progression. This is a good set. So that's exciting. And then we have the 50s. So we have 150, 350, 450, 650, 750, and 950. We have a couple, like this one, these two to me seem like they don't really like kind of fit in a little bit. I don't know. Some of these this one seems off. This I love. I love this pen. It's the perfect match if you have the Sailor Wicked Witch of the West. It's the perfect match for that pen. I love this ink. I use it in there all the time. Actually, I need to ink that pen up again, and I'm going to use that. I previously had Ink of the Witch in it, but I'm going to put this back in it. Yeah. So this, yeah. 750 and 950 like go really well together. I feel like 150 to 350 is a good progression. This 450 seems out of place. 650 seems out of place. And 750 and 950. Like, yeah, that's also a good set. So yeah, I'm really pleased with like the purples and magentas, because I wouldn't really call this is like Aurora purple territory, and I wouldn't call that purple. Yeah, so let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and put these, let me go ahead and get them in numerical order so we can put them on their cards where they belong. Or in the ring where they belong. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how these all like kind of stack up. So we have 135, 150, 235, 335, 350, 435, 450, 452, 453. Then we go into 650. Oh yeah, 653. 735. I feel like these kind of go together. 750, 752, 935, and 950. So that's our set of inks. Like I said, I'm a big fan of these purples and magentas. Okay, so where did I put my ring? Here it is. So let's go ahead and see where these fit in the grand scheme of Sailor Ink Studio inks. So we have 130 and 131, and then 135. That's like a pretty like 80s tastic sort of, followed by that like blue. Like sort of an Eastery sort of set. After this we have 140, 141, 143, and then we bust in that 150. And then in between that. So again, we've got some Easter going on. Moving on to the 2s. 230, 231, 235, and 237. That's what those look like. It's a nice set. Then we have 3. Okay, so we jump from 280 all the way to 235, and then after 235 we have 340, 343, and then 350. So that's what that looks like, if you can see. And I'm not going to do a flip through of this whole ring because I have a feeling some of my cards are in the big pile of ones that I need to reorganize and put away. So I may be missing some. Now I have a note on here that this was contaminated and I should order a new sample. However, I've seen swatches of this and it looks pretty spot on. So I think I'm going to ignore that note. But anyway, we have 435, 431, 435, and 437. So that's what that looks like. And then we jump over to 450. So we have some blues. And then before we get to green, we have purple. Oh wait, so 450, actually, we're going to look at these closer because we have a bunch of them that go on together. So we have 450, 452, and 453. Before that, if I have all of my cards in order, that's how they kind of bookend. So that's not bad. And then we don't have any 5s. I feel like the 500 series needs the most fleshing out because it starts, again, if I have all my cards in order, well, let's just look here. Well, it's hard to see because they don't do them in numerical order like that. But I feel like the 500 series needs to be the most fleshed out. 530, 531, 540. We have a bunch of the blues and some of the greens, or a green and one of the browns. But this is what our 500 series looks like. I'm going to take this off the ring and show you. Again, assuming that I have all of my cards here and I'm not missing any, this is what the 500 series looks like right now. Like, that needs more. It needs more. I need more. I don't need more, but I need more. I don't know, maybe the colors are too close to other inks that they have, or maybe they just are too close to what's already here. So we jump from 573 to 640. So we have 641, 642. Then we have 650 and 653. Right before 662. 664. Did I mess that up? 664. I messed that up here too. Where is it? Do I have a pen? I don't have a pen. Of course I don't have a pen. I need to fix that. I need to fix that on this card. But I will do it another time. Or confuse myself in the process. That's probably what's going to happen. Then after that, as far as what we swatch, we jump all the way to the 7s. So we have several 600s. There's lots of 600s in here. these browns. So 730, the 700 series. The 700 series is probably my favorite as far as like saturation and colors. I own a lot of these 700 series. 723 is one of my favorites. I love that in my Falcon. A bunch of you were like excited about that 730. 731 is real pretty. I don't think I have a bottle of 737. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So 730. So we have 731, 735, and 737. That's kind of where, this one's hard to see because it's a lot of sheen, but it's like a wine sort of color. There you go. So that's real nice. Then we jump from our blues into our purple. We actually have lots of 7s. So we have 750, 752. I thought there was another one. There isn't. So we have 2 750s that are going into here. I still maintain that 762 is one of my favorites of the 62 line. And then we get into our 900s. There weren't any 8s in the purple series, so 8s maybe need some purples. I would say that the 8 series needs some purples. But anyway, okay, so we go from 930 to 931 to 935, and then we have this beautiful 940 here. This is a nice little set. I like that a lot. Okay, so then here we jump from 943 to 950 to 960. That's also another set. And this is a beautiful ink. Reminds me of Diamine Happy Holidays without the shimmer. Because it's got some sheen. It's got some, it's nice. That purple and that green together are amazing. So there we go. There's the last of our Sailor Ink Studio swatches until they decide to come out with new colors. Again, I don't know if I have all the cards on here that I'm supposed to have, so I will be organizing my coloring cards before we kind of do like a flip through show off of these. If there's any of the ink studios that you want to see compared to other inks, whether you have ideas or just want to see what they look like next to other inks, let me know in the comments below. I'm going to compile a list, and then we'll go from there, because I'm not going to sit here and compare every single card to every single ink that may exist that I have in my stash. It's not happening. I can tell you right now, there's websites for that. Other people have blogs that have done that. But if there's anything specifically that you're looking for, that you're interested in seeing more of from this line compared to other things, please let me know in the comments. We'll do like a comparison series. Now that I've swatched all these inks, I feel like I can use some of them in pens, unless they're ones I've already had bottles of. I feel like I can use these samples now. Yeah, I'm really excited, and I'm really sad that the Swatch Fest for this particular series of inks is over. Before we go, though, I do want to show you the comparisons on the paper. So this is Cosmo Airlight. This is Tomoe River paper. We have 452, 453, 135, 132, 335, and then 350, and then a giant swatch of 950. And I kind of did a super giant swatch because I had some ink that had bled over from that other page. And then I was really conservative with the swatches because I didn't want to have to go onto a new page here. So, we'll, sorry, I think I bumped the camera, or the microphone. So here's what they look like up close. I think on the paper, my favorite is probably 350. And then I would say here, again, probably the same. 350 and 452 are probably my favorites. That swatch of 950 is amazing, though. So yeah. So there are purple ink studios. I really hope that you enjoyed this series. Lots of you have made comments that this has been super helpful for you, so I'm glad. I'm very happy that this has been a good time for all of you and has helped you. Where did my swatch page go? I shut it. I shouldn't have shut it. I should not have closed it. That's the good news about using this notebook for everything, is I have everything in it. Where's my swatch page? These are the last currently inks I've done. No. 437. Here we go. I went backwards, not forwards. So anyway, I really hope that you have enjoyed these videos. A lot of you have commented that you have, so I'm glad that they were useful and helpful, either in making decisions or deciding which ones to buy or not buy or whatever. Thank you so much for sticking around and enjoying the series with me. It was really fun to do. I'm glad I did it. And like I said, I'm sad it's over. And now I can clean these out and return them to Yoseka so they have more sample files and won't have to spend so much money on new ones, because they're getting like, okay, I'm going to show you the bin. When I ordered these samples, they came to me, I think I'm going to need to lift this up. They came to me in this box, and it was almost a full box, like I'm not even joking. I could fit 20 more vials in here. I think some of these may have already been cleaned out and I just put them in here, but this was almost a full pallet, so this holds like 100 of these. And yeah, I'm gonna send them back to Yoseka, clean them out, send them back to Yoseka. I have some saved from previous sample purchases, and yeah, maybe get some more samples from them. I think for every 10 that you send back, you get a free sample. Like, I don't expect to get 10 free samples. I mean, unless that's what they want to do. I don't know how it works if you send a bunch of them back together, but I thought it'd be fun to fill this up. I think I have enough left over to fill this up and then send it back. So, yeah, so that's very exciting. So that's what a crap ton of Yoseka samples look like. Oops. Somebody was asking if they sell the samples for the ink studio in a set. I don't believe that they do. I'm sure that you could ask them. I already had several of them from just picking some up randomly, and also the bottles that I'd purchased. So I actually, I think, like, it wasn't all of these. I feel like I added some empty ones that I just had sitting around. I added them in here because I think there were like 3 full rows that were empty, or like 3.5 or 4.5 that were empty. But yeah, lots of ink samples. But yeah, I'm sure that you can reach out to them and ask and see what they can do for you. I just didn't, because I just bought them. Anyway. Yes. I don't know if I'll be making any more bottle purchases from any of these samplings, because these are generous samples. They're 3 milliliters, and that's like 3 fills of a pen, basically. So like, unless I go through some of these really fast, I probably won't be buying any unless I already have them. But yeah, or like 750. Apparently I have a couple samples of that one. So anyway, so thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed having you here, as always, and I hope that you enjoyed being here and watching some swatchy, inky fun times. I look forward to seeing you again very soon, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Love you, bye!